I can't tell you how excited I am. I've been watching a certain machine for the last probably 10 years or more, thinking, wow, if it would only work for model railroading. Well, they've come out with a new model and it works for model railroading. It's called the Cricut, and I want to show you some things that you can do with it. First of all, your wife or girlfriend or whatever may have been using this machine for some time to do scrapbooking, to do lettering for scrapbooking, or to make symbols, or to cut all kinds of things out. And I should say guys use these machines also, but nonetheless, they didn't have a model railroad application that was too practical. So I've always thought, well, I could cut out signs for my buildings with this, but I didn't think it was really worth it for the few signs that I might want to do. But they hired a new CEO, they have a new machine out, and they have open sourced it more or less for us to use. You can take your computer and any font, any typeface that you have in your computer, you can load into the machine and you can cut that lettering in any size, any length, any width, whatever you need for your structures. But the big thing is you can make buildings. I found out that they have a deep cutting blade that will actually cut through 16th inch basswood. So you can buy your strip wood from the hobby shop. This happens to be a clapboard side or overlapping side type. And I wanted to make a lean-to for this really simple DPM building here. And what I did, I've got it so I can put an interior in, but nonetheless, I cut out all three sides of this building, actually, I've got it back here, in less than a minute. And it takes very little time to lay it out. Now, how to get the windows and the doors made? Well, that's a little more tricky. You need some kind of a program. If you're already using CAD Rail, if you're using AutoCAD, if you're using TurboCAD, any of the CAD drawing programs, including Third Planet or CAD Rail, will work extremely well for this. You just need a 2D drawing of this outline and the machine will cut it. You import it into the Cricut website and you're up and running. Absolutely fantastic machine. I had lost the instructions to this guy. This is a Suncoast icing platform, and I'd lost the plans. I didn't know what I needed to do to make the office building. So I cut this out, and if you can believe it, these four walls were all cut out in less than a minute. And the fit in here is absolutely so tight that they are press fitted in. I can press this one out. You can see I don't have any glue at all in there. And once that's in, it's there. I can shake it, it will not come out. You can absolutely control the fit of these things down to a few thousandths of an inch. Fantastic machine. And I want to give you a demo of it to show you exactly what it will do as far as cutting. Now, the machine comes with a standard depth blade. I've added a deep cutting blade because I wanted to cut through some of the wood. So this one that I have on here is a deep cutting blade. It also comes with the 12 by 12 platen that you can put things on. This has an adhesive to it. So when I go to stick my demo piece here, I'm going to use a piece of black styrene. This is 30 thousandths, so you know what I'm doing. I'm going to stick that 30 thousandths on there, and then I'm going to drop it into the machine. And next we have to do a little work on the computer. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to actually, this is their Cricut design space, and this comes with the machine. So I click on a new project. I'm going to click on upload the image. And I have several images here, including the ice house one that I just showed you, but I'm going to cut a circle for you. So let's cut that circle. It has to have a green check to show that it's active. I load that, and here it is in the design space. Now, if this was a horizontal like that ice house, I might want to rotate it, and I've got a symbol there where I can simply rotate it to any angle I want, and it tells me exactly what angle it is. I'm not too concerned about angle, so I'm going to put it up here in the corner so I don't waste so much material. I try to position things in this corner, and when I have the long thin strips of wood, I keep the pattern running up and down. That's good, it's in position. I'm going to flatten it. Now, this says print. If it says print on here, I want to change it to cut, this scissor. So I'm going to put cut on there. Now it's ready to go. It's going to cut that circle for me. I have a Cricut symbol up here that's going to tell it to put this image into my Cricut machine. Now it wants to know how many am I going to make. So I'm going to make one. Now it wants to know how am I communicating to the machine. I go to USB, and it'll take a minute. It's going to change it from the website to my machine. It's done it. It says load. And now over here, you can see that I have a flashing light, and that means that it wants to load. So I'm going to pick my plating up here, and I kind of like to push it against the rollers nice and tight. I made sure that I'm under my two tabs here, and it's loaded. The machine comes over and it just taps the knife a little bit and changes the direction. It's a swivel knife, so it wants to set the direction that that knife is going. It now says I'm set up on cardstock. I set it a little bit heavy on my dial. I can dial up any weight of material here, including custom settings, where I can set multiple cuts if you needed to make multiple passes. Phenomenal machine. So we're going to tell it to cut that circle. Done. It's over. And it says kick me out, so we'll kick it out. I'll take it. I don't know how many seconds that was, but it was awfully fast. This is styrene, so I can bend it. Again, this is about 30 thousandths material. Since it's styrene, we can just break it back and forth. And there's my circle cut out. Let's put it down on here, and I'll show you how accurately it cut. Because when I turn this up to the camera, first of all, it's a press fit to put it back in. And look at that. You cannot see the lines around that image. To me, it's a phenomenal machine for the amount of tolerance that it holds. And cutting out whole buildings, the possibilities are absolutely limitless. I have an ON30 engine, or actually an S-scale engine, that has a small cab on it, and I want to put an O-scale size cab on it. I can come in now and I'm getting ready to make a new cab for that engine. I can cut out the window mullion layer, then I can make the window frame layer, and then I can make the steel flat portion of the locomotive cab itself, and all out of about 5 thousandths material, and just layer it up. And on my Lux and Mercantile, I've even cut a frisket mask and actually spray painted this sign onto the side of the building. It's absolutely phenomenal what you can do. So I would encourage you, go down, check out your wife's scrapbooking area, and if she's got a machine, see if you can't get some time on it.